Hello, you alphas out there, and welcome to this special alpha review. Today we are reviewing Shadow the Hedgehog, the movie.
Yeah.
hmm Other people are calling it Sonic the Hedgehog 3 for some reason.
Oh,
I
Sonic's not the main
don't,
character.
yeah, I don't know why. This is clearly Shadow the Hedgehog, the movie.
I think it's I think they're doing like what Rambo did, where like the first one
Mhm.
is First Blood,
It's First
hmm
Blood.
then the second one's Rambo First Blood
First
Part
Blood.
2, and now
Okay, so
and
this is
then
Shadow the
Yeah.
Hedgehog, Sonic
Sonic
the
the
Hedgehog
Hedgehog
Part
Part 3.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
So then
Shadow
that
Chronicles.
means if they ever do another one with Shadow, the official title has to be Shadow the Hedgehog Part 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be the title of that one. But okay, now, jokes aside, we let's talk about this movie. Um this to me is just incredible. I feel like Sonic is kind of leading the way for like video game movies.
A
Yes.
little bit, yeah.
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 Yeah. Um cuz they I mean there's so much Sonic lore that it's like
Mm.
fucking what how do you adapt? You can't adapt everything like 100%
I didn't even
accurate.
know there was that much Sonic lore, to be
Oh,
totally
bro.
honest. I did not
Dude.
know there
Dude.
was so much
You have no
Sonic
idea how
lore.
deep this shit goes.
Dude, I did not know. Like, I'm, because at first, when the first movie came out, I'm like, what the fuck are you going to make this movie about? And then I saw the movie and I was like, I enjoy this. This is a good movie. And then, they announced the second one. I'm like, oh, okay, well, who the fuck is going to be the villain? What are they going to do? Like, all I know is Robotnik.
Mhm.
Um, and then the third one, I was like, okay. Then I saw You See Shadow. I was like, okay, cool. We'll see where it goes.
Mhm.
So yeah, I didn't know there was that much Sonic lore.
Yeah, there was
Yes.
two cartoons airing at the
Mhm.
same time,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
made by the same production studio,
yeah,
but
Deke.
yeah, it was they were both Deke animations,
Mhm.
but they were both telling completely different stories
Yeah, one
because
was like the more like lighthearted
goofball,
children's,
yeah,
yeah, and the other one's a little more like serious, like action
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
kind of like.
and the comics kind of the comics didn't run two series simultaneously, but there was a bit of a transition because
Mhm.
the original guy that they assigned to it, because like Sega created Sonic, it wasn't like
Mhm.
Archie or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so, and they just licensed out the property. They were like, yeah, Sega was real chill and real cool about it. They were like, yeah, do whatever the fuck you want, I don't care.
Mhm.
uh, and so the original uh artist writer team that they had working on it was
Mm-hmm.
just doing like a goofball comedy because that's what they had done before. They worked on a different book with a mascot type character. I forget which one. But then that author had to go or was let go. I don't know 100% the history, and when they brought in the new guy, he told a more serious story and introduced all
Mm-hmm.
these other characters.
Yeah, the original guy was, I believe, Ken Penders.
Nah, he goes batshit
Uh,
wild.
yeah, and we
he
could.
was
I'm not gonna jump into the whole thing. Just all the people our audience needs to know is that this dude was given free reign of the Sonic books, and he just went nuts with it.
I think he was the second guy. He was the one that
Okay,
started the more serious tone,
okay,
and then yeah, it just goes bonkers from there.
hmm yeah,
But fun fact: the guy that last wrote the Archie comics and was actually writing the IDW comics, also wrote Sonic Frontiers. So the latest game. So they're
Yeah,
Oh,
starting
okay.
to bring the worlds
and,
together.
Oh,
and
very cool.
it fits because that game is a little more like a little more serious, to the point that even the actor for Sonic, it's the guy that voices him in the cartoons, like Sonic Boom. To I think it's Roger Craig Smith. I hope I'm
Yeah,
getting his name right. And yeah, for even for that one, it's still him. It's just a more like grounded tone of voice. It's not your typical high pitched like hey Tails, let's go. Like it's a lot more serious, and it
Let's
works
he
let's get one
sounds like
thing
Chris
straight.
Redfield.
a
The
little.
best voice of Sonic is Urkel. Let's just
Jaleel
Jaleel
White.
White is the original. He's the best voice,
Yeah.
no matter what. This I don't know this new. I forget the guy's name in the movie. Who voices him in the
Ben
movie? But
Schwartz,
yeah, Ben Schwartz, the guy from
John
Parks and Rec.
Ralphia.
John Ralphio.
Yeah.
And when I was like, I legit thought when the movie came out, I was like, holy shit, Jaleel White's making a comeback. They're making a Sonic movie. Jaleel White's got to be the the voice. And then it's like Ben Schwartz. I was like, Ben Schwartz, we'll see how it goes. I like John Ralphio. He's hilarious. I really wish they would throw in a "Don't be suspicious." Like
Don't
cameo.
be
Throw
suspicious.
yeah,
Don't
like
be.
him and Knuckles and Tails, or don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Man,
I
there
would just
was
really
a
like to see that.
there was a missed joke in this one because I want to say it was in the second Sonic movie. He makes a reference to watching Speed, and Sonic name drops Keanu Reeves because he was watching the movie Speed. So there was a missed joke
There really
in
was.
this one where he's like, "Why do you look like me? And why do you sound like Keanu Reeves?" Or something like that, right? It didn't have to be
Yeah,
like too on the nose, but I do think there was like something there where it's like, it's like, no, yeah, that Keanu knockoff or something, like.
He could have said "pop quiz hotshot." Then,
Hmm.
like, the adults would get it, like, or anyone that's
that would
seen
be a really good
Speed.
callback.
Yeah. Hmm.
And
But.
also, that line is delivered by Dennis Hopper, who
Hmm.
plays King Koopa in the original
In
Mario Brothers.
Oh
Mario,
yeah,
it would.
all these
Yeah,
connections are being made.
yeah. There were so many layers, and yeah, there's different ways they could have done it, but oh well, missed opportunity. But okay, now that we went from the comics lore, let me quickly. I know we're gonna talk about the movie, guys.
We
Give me a sec.
promise.
We
Give me
gotta build up
context.
this shit for people that don't know, and it's so a lot of inspiration for this movie came from Sonic Adventure 2
Yep.
on the Dreamcast, and then there was the other version they did for the GameCube, which was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Essentially the same game with some differences. I'm not going to get into it. Um, but a lot of it comes from that game in particular. That is Shadow the Hedgehog's introduction. That was his first game. So, yeah, it's fair that they're going to get a lot from it. With that said, it is not a direct copy paste adaptation of the game. There is still a lot of changes, a lot of differences within the story, but it was very much like they saw the story of the game and went, okay, let's take this, and this, and we'll throw the rest out, be it for time, story simplicity, and also just the fact that a lot of it doesn't really fit in this version of Sonic because
Hmm.
the Sonic movies have their own established lore and canon
Yeah.
that is very separate from the games. So yeah, there's naturally going to be some elements that just it's not going to work in the movie version of Sonic.
Yeah. We. You can't have just like a 15-minute segment of Knuckles trying to find a fucking Chaos Emerald. Well,
Jesus, that's
Yeah.
some good stuff, right? we can review the game later, but to just keep it on the movie. But yes, likewise, there's characters from the game that don't appear in the movie. I don't want to name them because I don't want to spoil it. I do want to try to keep this review as spoiler free as possible. But there are certain characters that, yes, from the game do not appear in the movie. But with all is said and done, all things considered, I thought this movie was really great.
Cinema, baby. Cinema. Scorsese would like it. That's all I'm saying. It's that good. It's that good. Scorsese would be like, you know what? Fuck Marvel. Sonic is the future. Even though I
Sonic
think
guy.
the movie is doing Marvel shit, but I think
Yeah.
they're doing it in a much better way. I think, but they're kind of following a Marvel formula with these characters that they've introduced, and then there's the Knuckles show and all that. You don't need to watch the Knuckles show. You don't have to,
You don't
but
have to, but it is canon.
it is
Yeah.
canon and it's funny.
Hmm.
The show is actually
Yeah.
really good. I will say that when Idris Elba, when they announced him being Knuckles, I was like, Idris Elba, really? Like he's into this? Like I like Idris Elba. I was like, he like agreed to this. Like he knows what this is. He's like, I'm so ready to play Knuckles, and just the way he plays him to me is hilarious. Like
Yeah.
he goes full in to being Knuckles, and so now I just can't see. Even if I play the games, Idris Elba's voice is in my head. Like any dialogue, it's Knuckles. So, but I'm just it just threw me off that I was like, whoa, holy shit, that's Idris Elba, and he's going 100. He's going full send. He's all about it, and his dialogue and everything is just hilarious. I mean, it makes sense, you know, even though I'm sure people don't like it, but I think it's great. And he also didn't he help produce the show,
He
the
did.
Knuckles
He
show
was a
too? So I'm
producer on
like,
the Knuckles TV show.
yeah, so I'm like, does he have kids that are into this, or was he just like Sonic was my shit when I was growing up, and now I'm a part of this? So I was like,
Honestly,
hey,
it
man.
might be a little of both because I
Uh,
know Ben Schwartz was definitely like, yeah, I love Sonic growing up, and
Yeah.
I want to play Sonic.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Shit, he's on Ducktales.
Yes.
He's doing.
Hey, the new Ducktales is kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie.
The
I
new
like the old
Ducktales is great. Yeah,
and the new Ducktales.
Mhm.
I'm waiting for them to do Tailspin. Disney,
Yeah,
if
that'd
you're
be great.
listening, Tailspin, please. That was one of my top shows.
Alright. But
Yes,
no,
but
yeah.
the movie, great.
movie's great, and you can tell that everyone that is involved in it like really cares and
Mhm.
isn't afraid to embrace it. Like
Yeah,
everyone's like you said, Idris Elba is probably like the best example because everyone thinks of him as like such a serious like
mhm.
uh actor. He
Yeah.
doesn't do many comedy roles, and here he is just like fully embodying Knuckles, and
he's
I
committed.
I honestly think the reason people are like he doesn't do that many comedies is because it's like I
They'll be
think
the
everybody saw The
He's
Office
too damn
so
good
long
looking.
ago. They saw The Office so long ago that they forgot that he was in the damn show.
yeah, but he's the straight man. I mean, he's kind of the straight man in Knuckles, but also not really, because
Yeah.
Knuckles is just kind of a fish out of water. So, like,
Mhm.
he's Starfire.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, he's Starfire. Yeah, he's fucking Starfire. JJ, weren't you the one? Were you the one that told me that he is it him that wears the gloves, the Knuckles gloves,
Oh, I said
when he
it.
records?
And-
Yeah.
Or is it
yeah,
you?
and yeah, you can
I want
find
to see
it.
the behind the scenes of that.
Yeah,
Just him
look
with the
up on
gloves.
YouTube B-roll
Uh-huh.
B-roll for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and it's gonna have clips of like Keanu, Colleen, Ben
Uh-huh.
Schwartz, and yeah, and Idris Elba's Knuckles, and he's wearing the gloves, the
That's
Knuckles
awesome.
gloves,
That's
as he
fucking
records.
awesome. It's just as if Mark Ruffalo is wearing Hulk hands.
Right.
When he records voice, it's just.
But speaking of Hulk, word is that Harrison Ford did the mocap for Red
Oh, he
Hulk
did?
for that
Oh.
movie.
Fucking dope.
But all right, back to Sonic. So yeah, so now that we've discussed all the lore and likewise the inspo from the game, yeah, this this movie, I think now we can jump into some of the criticisms. We already said the things we like. We should
There's one more
mention.
thing I like.
Okay, well, let's see.
Jim Carrey. Jim
Yeah, I was
fucking
gonna say
Yes,
Jim.
yes.
Jim Carrey was
They,
hilarious in this. He really
mhm.
did.
This
It
is
felt
This is
very.
like '90s Jim Carrey almost. Uh
Yes,
huh.
in
yeah,
living color,
like
Jim Carrey. This is what it felt like. It
Uh
was
huh.
fucking
he's in rare
hilarious.
for. I feel like the more makeup you put on him, like the more
Yeah,
Yeah.
he becomes his older
He
self.
yeah.
and,
um,
and likewise, Keanu Reeves's performance as Shadow, I thought was great.
yeah,
Uh,
it was good.
Word is that like the director told him, "I need you to tap into John Wick when you voice this character," and you can definitely hear it. um, so it, all in all, I this was great. Uh, all the performances, obviously, even from the live action actors, they did good
Yeah,
considering.
Yeah.
They really do push them back this time around. You know, they really did make Sonic and Friends like the main focal point
yeah,
Mm.
in this one. So I also thought that was really good because I know for the Knuckles TV show there was a bit of a meme going on where there was like there's not enough Knuckles, and it's like,
It's the
do you
Poochie
guys?
thing.
Yeah, it's
Every
Poochie
time
from this.
Knuckles is on, not on screen, people
People
should be
should.
asking, "Where's
where's
Knuckles?"
Knuckles?
So I know there was a joke where it was like, "Do you guys just want like a little clock, like timer, on the bottom that appears like when Knuckles will come out next, and it just counts down little
15 seconds.
but yeah, so in this one, it's like, no, guys, the characters are there throughout pretty much the whole movie. If anything, the live action actors, with the exception of Jim Carrey, are the ones that could argue that it's like, oh man, I didn't get enough screen time. But in all
Yeah.
honesty, I think that should be expected. The movie's called
There's
Sonic the
one.
Hedgehog.
Yeah,
There's one live action or human actor that didn't get enough screen time that I will put on my negatives later.
okay.
Okay, and
Yeah, which is
I
good
I
that.
think I know who you're gonna say.
Wait,
But okay, huh?
no, I was gonna say, yeah, I'm glad that they did put the Sonic team at the
Mhm,
forefront because this is a Sonic movie. That's what you're
Yeah.
going to go see. Like the
mhm,
mistakes they made with the Godzilla movies in the past. You're gonna go see Godzilla.
mhm.
Fuck the human actors, bro. Like I
Yeah.
want maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes of screen time of them, and then the rest on Godzilla throwing hands with whatever monster he's fighting. That's what I came to
Mhm,
fucking see. And so with this one, it's like you came to see Sonic, you're going to get Sonic. Going to get Knuckles,
mhm,
you're going to get Tails, you're going to get all that. So
mhm.
those are all the positives.
Definitely, definitely. And crap, I lost my train of thought. I'm sure it'll come
Oh,
back
what
to
are the
me.
negatives? That's what we're going to
But
next jump
yes, we
into.
can. I guess now we can jump into some of the more criticisms of this movie, and I guess let me start with one of my biggest ones I have for the movie, and it's I thought some of the action scenes could have gone for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Um, I thought I don't want to go into spoilers, but there's a section in the movie where there's essentially a heist taking place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I thought there'd be a little more to the heist, but
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, what we got was still good, still excellent, still A plus plus.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was expecting a little more, heist shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Um. So yeah, I know that was like probably one of my biggest gripes with it. It's that cool shit is happening, so you want more of that cool shit, and it just kind of like it's over. It goes so fast that you're like, damn it! Like I just wanted a little bit more. It's hard to describe, but it really does feel like they were like, crap, we got to end this movie now.
Hmm.
and so some of these action scenes weren't. I guess they felt like we can't pad him out too long. Whereas I'm like, I think you guys could have padded him out a bit more. I think we
The
could have had
movie's
a
also
little bit
not
more.
very long. It's
No,
like,
It's
it's not.
not. It is
No, it's
pretty
not. I
short compared
think
to
it's
your
under 2 hours.
typical.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it's
it's
like
closer
a
to like an hour
like a
40,
TV
something
movie.
like
Yeah,
that.
it's like it feels like it'd be a
yeah.
TV movie.
I
Mhm.
for reference, I just saw it today. I
So it's still
went,
fresh on your mind.
yeah, but just to give kind of a rough time estimate, I
Mhm.
went. My screening was at 3:40. Um, but I left here at 3:30. By the time I got there, it was like 3:45. By the time the movie actually started, right, like not just previews, it was already past 4. It was like maybe 4:05,
Hmm.
and I got out before 6. I like not a
Yeah.
lot before 6, but before 6. So it's like,
Okay, here we go. I have the official runtimes. Get this: Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is 13 minutes longer than the third one.
Oh,
So this
okay.
one is an hour and 49 minutes. Meanwhile, the second one was 2 hours and 2 minutes. So that one actually broke the 2 hour mark.
Oh, okay. They probably cut
And
off a
the
lot of
first,
fat.
it's possible, but yeah, like I do think it's a little weird that yeah this one is shorter. You think they would match the runtime at least,
Yeah.
to where it's about the same.
The
But
the the I only really have two gripes, and my first gripe is the same with you guys on the action scenes. The action scene that I wanted to see last a little bit longer was like that last fight scene.
yeah,
That one I wanted to see a little bit longer because it looked very Dragon Ball inspired, which I
yeah.
really liked. And then my other complaint is it's furry propaganda, and I hate furries. It is furry propaganda. And I will destroy
Mhm,
all furries. But those
mhm,
are really the only two gripes I have. I mean, the movie is entertaining. It's fun. I think both adults and kids can enjoy it. And there is some stuff towards
mhm.
the end that's like, if you're one of those that's going to analyze every little fucking thing, just don't watch the last like 20, 25 minutes, 20 minutes of the movie. Just don't watch it. Just because you're going to just be like, how does that? Just shut the fuck up. Just enjoy the fucking movie, dude.
Oh,
Don't go in
actually,
there and start analyzing shit. Just please,
oh
please, for the
yeah.
love of God.
Speaking of analyzing stuff, there we go. Now I remember what I was originally gonna say. There is a lot of like Easter eggs and nods and
Yeah,
like little things that Sonic fans will catch. You know,
a lot of
Sonic.
music. We'll
yeah,
Yes, there's a lot of
just
music
leave that out there.
from the games. Likewise, they had Ben Schwartz's Sonic deliver a line from Sonic Adventure 2 that fans will catch. So there's definitely a lot of that like throughout the movie. So yeah, I'll add that also as like some of the plus. The only other thing like I'll throw this out there just for like some of the more hardcore Sonic Adventure 2 fans is that yes, they did change the final battle from the game is not the same final battle in the movie. So
Yeah,
I will, while still maintaining spoiler free, the the big bad, if you will, that they face at the ending of the game is not in the movie. That's all I will say. But that personally didn't bother me because I kind of figured they weren't going to do that anyway. But for some fans out there that were expecting that, it's like let me soften the blow right now that it's not there.
hmm,
yeah. I wasn't really expecting uh
Mhm.
that boss to show up in the movie
Hmm.
for various reasons, but also because I it's been so long since I played Sonic Adventure 1 and 2.
Yeah.
All I remember about the final battle really is that it's in space, and you at least get that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was just like, if it didn't go to space, I'd be mad.
Yeah.
But no, they sent us to space. So they got
Hmm.
enough right.
Yeah.
Right. I agree. Um. So, all in all, I just is there anything you guys want to add, or will that wrap up
Yes,
y'all's thoughts
my
on it?
negative. My
Okay. What is?
negative is that there is not enough Kristen Ritter in this movie. We
Okay.
need.
I.
She was
that.
wasted.
Yeah.
She
There.
was wasted. I
I
thought
wouldn't
she was
say
gonna
that
have
she
a
was
bigger
wasted.
role.
I
I thought she
wouldn't
was
say
gonna
that
have a
she
bigger
was
role.
wasted. But she checks a lot of boxes for me. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I can tell. I can tell. I can tell that she checks a lot of boxes for you. I thought she
no,
was gonna have a bigger role.
Yeah.
I,
Mm,
I mean, I think it's just that like all of the human roles are so much smaller in this one
Hmm.
than they were
hmm
in previous ones. Because it her role does feel small, but it's also like not small. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she gets almost as much screen time as like Jason Marsden in this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I believe it.
uh, uh,
Hmm
and also like her character is pretty important to the plot, so it's also
hmm
not a small role in that sense.
Hmm.
Um, but I mean, that's a me problem
Yeah.
because
And you know what I think is also, uh, there was a lot of fan theories about who she was gonna play, and
Yeah.
fans were hoping that there was gonna be this big reveal that like, oh my god, she's this character. And I guess for those of you alphas out there that might know the fan theory I'm talking about, let me just crush your spirits right now. It's not true.
It don't happen. She's
It
not
don't
that character.
happen. And I like to think that if I tell you this now, you will like enjoy the movie a lot more because you're not waiting for something that's not gonna happen,
Yeah.
you know?
yeah.
On a final note, though, do stick around to the very end of the credits. You have your
Yes.
mid-credit scene and then one at the very, very end.
Yeah. So two
So
end
you might want to
credits.
stick around for that. Um, but other than that, I think that's it. I don't know. Do you guys want to give the movie a score, like out of 10?
What scale are we using? A 10 scale or a
You guys
5
want to do
scale?
one out of 10?
Yeah,
If
I'll
we're doing
do
it
it.
at 10, I'm gonna do 9.
Okay.
Yeah,
9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 is what I'm
I
gonna do.
I'm in agreement there. Yeah, I was
hmm
entertained throughout. It
Yep.
was easy peasy breezy. Like I never felt like there was
hmm
any real lulls. Like
Yeah.
uh and I mean this is something that we didn't mention, but I'll bring it up now that we're doing the score. Sonic's a perfect trilogy so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I've
Never thought
liked
I'd say
every
that. Never thought you'd say that.
Uh-huh.
When did you?
I've
But
liked it. I've enjoyed every movie more and more as they come
and
out.
that's what I
Like,
was about to say. Each movie has gotten like better. Like if
Yeah.
almost like a whole ass point better.
yeah.
As the
Um,
movies like went on. And yeah, I think I'm with you guys in that I would give this one like a 9 out of 10, and I would even say like if you're not a fan of the games but you had enjoyed the movies, you're definitely gonna like this one also. You don't need to
yeah.
like the games.
You might be
Mhm.
like a point lower than us because like
Yeah, maybe
I
to you
caught a
it'll be
lot
an
of the
eight.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I caught a lot of the Easter eggs, and there was one in particular that really made me chuckle like a
Yeah.
lot. Uh, so yeah, that obviously bumps up the score for me. But even if you weren't a fan of the games, I can't imagine you like scoring it much less. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
everyone's different, but like it's not all the little Easter eggs that I caught don't take away anything, right? Like
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
don't catch them, yeah.
I feel
Hmm.
like even people that don't really know Sonic or know any of the lore are still gonna enjoy, even if you don't catch all the Easter eggs, all this other stuff. I think you'll just enjoy the movie because it's a fun watch. Like
Hmm.
all the characters are likable, human and the animal characters are all likable characters. I think for the people that don't know Sonic or have never watched Sonic and are just like, well, I guess I'll fucking watch it. I think most of those people are gonna gravitate towards Tails.
Yeah, yeah.
That's if anything, they're gonna be like they're gonna gravitate towards Tails, I think, or Sonic, because, but I think most people will gravitate towards Tails.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. But all right then, that'll wrap up our thoughts for
on
Sonic the
Sonic,
Hedgehog 3, the movie. So you alphas, let us know in the comments what y'all thought about this movie, and if you all played Sonic Adventure 2, let us know. We would love to
yes,
hear it. That's it. We'll catch you all on the next one.
later.
Laters.
Speeds by Sonic